All right,
All
welcome back
right.
to
Chaos
Chaos
Conversation in the
Conversations.
building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here on Hump Day, wonderful
Hump
Wednesday.
Day.
What? Where y'all at? What y'all up to?
Whoop-de-doo-whoop.
This year getting by, still Black History Month. You know it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
this
All day,
so-called
every day.
this past Valentine's Day on Black History Month just passed. For those of y'all who still celebrate it like that. We
I
don't
feel
heard
like a
some
lot of people. I feel like a lot of people don't celebrate it as maybe as much as they did when they were younger. Maybe high school, college, middle school, something like that.
I ain't gonna lie, I am one of those that, I left the holidays in high school for the holidays that I believed in. But if I didn't believe in it, like no Christopher Columbus Day and, you know, even so-called President's Day for presidents who don't deserve it in the White House, like, Don the Con who got kicked out. There's holidays like that I don't want to believe in no more. I won't celebrate them, but if I had a woman that I was committed to and she wanted to celebrate it, I probably would. Or I'll probably just choose another day to celebrate that particular day with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You can celebrate Valentine's. I think so much pressure is put on that one day. What about the other
Yeah,
364 days out of the
there
year?
you go. I've always been somebody, and ladies, I don't know if y'all like men like this anymore, but I've always been somebody who, after I left the holidays in high school, I don't wait to a birthday. I don't wait to a special holiday. I just go do stuff just cause. Like when I had one of my exes, man, I took her out to eat for brunch, for lunch actually, just cause it was Thursday, not because it was any special day, just because it was Thursday. And her co-workers who saw me pull up on her job, I didn't pull up on no, big fancy car or nothing. I just took her out one day and said, hey, she here? All right, well, let's go. And they were like, all right, go ahead, take lunch early. And, she
Right.
got a lot of compliments for that. But that's just who I am. So
Little things, right? So the little things that count on a daily basis. I mean, you
there you
ask
go.
people, right? Would you rather say you get me something, what? Do something nice for me, what? 3 times a year, Valentine's, birthday, maybe let's say Christmas if you believe
Xmas.
in that.
Yeah.
Or would you rather do something, let's say, once a week, you know what I'm saying? Or twice a week, 3 times a week,
Sometimes you gotta get, for some young ladies, you have to get a little too spontaneous for them. It takes their breath. But some ladies, they're all right. You can do something as easy as with DoorDash going on. You can do something as easy as like order them something for their job, whether it be a flower, whether it be some food, or anything. There's one guy. I gave him advice. I'm like, what is your mom? What is your girl do? And he was like, well, she's a aerobics instructor. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
That was actually, she's a teacher and aerobics instructor is what it was. But I was like, all right, dude. I said, she's a
Gotcha.
aerobics instructor. I said, why don't you surprise her and find her a mobile massager? And just send a mobile massager to the gym she's going to be at, because she traveled on, all around. She had like 2 or 3 gyms she was dedicated to. I was like, hey, just find her one, man. Find her schedule. Don't let her know, and hey, send her one.
Right.
And I said, don't do her birthday. Don't do it this special day. Just do it whatever day you can choose, man. And it took him a while, but I guess I'm not sure what it was, but finally, she liked it. See, something simple like that.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. Fellas, you better take note. Ladies, take note. That's a good one.
See, and it's like, and ladies do the same thing for your man. If your man's a hard construction worker, a hard car salesman, daggum, he does whatever, works it doesn't matter what he does. Find out something that's going to help him, that he gets, just cause, and he likes it.
Right.
Some men think it's corny, but I know a lot of men who work in construction who go get pedicures all the time because it's just relief to them. They're on the field.
Like your hands take a beating. I was never big into all that stuff or whatever, but
yeah.
Now that you say that, man, that would have been nice when I was working on cars in college.
Mm-hmm. And
for a little bit.
Not to get too far off these topics and subjects we have, man, but I'll be honest with you, I've never, in 38 years of living, I've never gotten a manicure or pedicure. But I hear because my uncle used to do construction. He used to take his whole team down there to get it because, it's hard work. And you ain't trying to have your wife, your man trying to have you cook dinner and massage him down simultaneously. You know what I mean? So something like that would help a man who's on his feet all day long and putting his hands to work all day long, and got to go through enough of what he's going through. So off that subject right there, though, man. Off that subject right there. One topic question all y'all be bugging us about is this right here. All right. Yeah, I said it. This right here is how. What is ladies? I want y'all to think about this. And fellas, if you care to comment or come find us on social media, you can comment us and state your answers there. What do men mean? What do we mean when we say we in the lead of playing chess and we ain't down with our woman playing checkers? Help me understand, man, because that
say
is
that,
deep.
say that again for everybody. Say that again.
Again, fellas and ladies, I want y'all to understand what men mean when they say we in the lead of playing chess and we're tired of our woman sitting back playing checkers while we're in a committed relationship with her. I want y'all to take note of that, because chess is the professional championship lead of a board game, and checkers is like the beginner's lead of the board game.
Okay.
And it's like, me personally, I can be honest with you. I've been ready for that lead. I just never put the pressure on the women who I was committed to. There's only been like 3 who I was committed to, but none of them was I was ready to marry, but I wasn't ready specifically to marry them because of certain requirements I had that they hadn't met yet. Like where the relationship is with God. If you can't show me how strong it is, I ain't gonna ask you that question to marry me until you can show me that your relationship with God is strong enough and solid enough. But none of them ever got there. So that's the reason why I've never been there as far as popping that question.
Right.
Now, was I ready for it? Yeah, I was. I think I was 28 when I was ready to, but she didn't pass all the qualifications. But me, I know what some men mean. It means he's ready to get married. He's ready to apply everything you and him have talked about throughout time, whether it's being a dad, being the provider, being the, HMIC, head man in charge of the household. He's ready to, take care of it. He's ready to have a family. He's ready to do all that, travel, work, the hours he needs to, come home to, to dinner. He's ready to do it the old fashioned way, or he's ready to do it in whatever way you all have talked about. However, howsomever, now Sam, go ahead and stop me if you think
howsomever, that's funny.
Howsomever, if you think I'm off track, Sam, go ahead and stop me. But what he means by ladies still playing the checkers game is the fact that she's still doing the stuff she's doing the same old thing, just putting the same time frame that she was before they got committed. And even while they were committed, she's still doing the same thing, like going out, texting, talking all day long, not playing her role. That's what a lot of men mean when they say he's on the lead of playing chess and she's still playing checkers. But Sam, what do you think, man?
See, I look at that as I just look at it as a sophistication thing, right? Like maybe he's a doctor and maybe she works at Sprawl Mart, or you can look at it from a job perspective or a career perspective, or you can look at it as a just from a emotional well-being standpoint or emotional happiness, meaning for either party. But in this case, you brought up the guy, so maybe the guy is more emotionally ready to be in a relationship, meaning he's ready to take things to the next level. He's playing chess. He's playing something where he's got to think strategically, got to make key decisions and make moves to position himself for later in the game or later in life.
Yep.
Where she's making child moves. She's not ready to step it up to that next level. She's still in that having fun, hanging out, what you still can do, but she's not ready for that committed relationship. So she's out here playing chess. I mean, she's playing checkers, right? She's just jumping over pieces. And he's over here putting his pawns in place to sacrifice them to put that queen to work so she can go in for the kill and get that checkmate at the end of the day. So that's the way I take that.
And you know what, fellas, and ladies and gents, here's what it can mean: several things. It is kind of broad. I mean, the man can't be building his career in real estate as a doctor. He can't be as a lawyer. He can't be building his career, and you still back here trading time for money and showing no support.
Right.
Again, you said trading time for money. I don't care if you're working at a fast food, maybe a superstore, retail, but you ain't got to be building your career. as no, hairstylist or designing clothes. But if you're not even showing any support for what he's trying to build, that's another sign that you're still trading time for money, playing, jumping over pieces with checkers, and he's trying to build. He's playing chess, sacrificing time, which is the most valuable thing he can't get back. And then whether it's time away from you or time away from the family, from the kids, if y'all have any together. So if a man is doing that, and if you ever catch him saying he's tired of playing chess and you're still playing checkers, he's not saying he's tired of building the future for you all. What he's tired of is doing all by himself.
Right.
And fellas, if that's you, again, without support, without her, encouraging you or supporting you, or if she's not doing that, that's a sign. That's that flag on the play right there.
There you go.
Flag on the play that she may or may not be the one. Now, she may have the best benefits and bed in the world. She might have all that. She might have the best, temple of God that you've ever seen. However, man, it's one thing to be there for your mate mentally, psychologically, spiritually, financially. I'll throw that in there. And it's one thing. But if you ain't seeing them actions and the man's playing chess, ladies, step it up. You guys always telling men to get off your couch and go get a job. Okay. Well, what if that was you? What if that's you? Because I know some women who don't like men moving in with them. I saw they like, hey, well, you got a house? Okay, suppose he got a house. That don't mean sit on his couch all day long playing checkers. I don't care if you're playing checkers. Matter of fact, I don't care if you're playing checkers on your daggone smartphone. You know what I mean? Still.
Yeah, I like it. I like that.
Still, if your man ain't got the let's just say he ain't trying to build no career out of it. He just makes some good money, being an engineer. Or I know a guy who makes good money being towing cars. He made 6 figures doing that. Now, if he's doing that, still, it's kind of towing cars is not quite the same if you work for a company. But if he's still making 6 figures and he say, I'm tired of playing chess by myself and my girl's still playing checkers, all that means is, honey, we need to talk. That's all that means. See,
yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but we had one young lady who actually, no, this one was a guy, sorry. And he was dating this young lady. He had been seeing her for about 3 months, and he went to go surprise her for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Come to find out, he saw another car near her car in the parking lot. So, he didn't think too much of it, but he went to the door, and before he could knock on the door, he said he heard another guy laughing and joking in the apartment. So he didn't knock on the door. He went back to his car. And I think he texted the girl or whatever. And, she said, she was like, can we not do Valentine's Day or hang out? Don't even worry about it. We hang out tomorrow. So a little bit more digging into the situation. And he found out that this girl, this young lady was in a relationship. She'd been in a relationship with another guy for like 2 years. And he thought he was in a relationship with this young lady. So come to find out, this dude found out he was the side piece. He was the other guy. And
he wasn't the
he asked the question, he was just like, man, he was like, I don't even know how to take this. I'm finding out I'm the side piece. I'm the other guy. So he confronted her, and she essentially said that she wanted to continue the relationship with both guys, and not like a sexual thing. She said she legit wanted to be in a relationship, like a like open relationship, I guess, or whatever, with both guys. And so he was just like, how do I, handle this? And I was just like, I was like, well, it depends on if you're down for an open relationship or not. If you are, do you consider her not telling you this stuff up front a deal breaker? If so, then move on. If not, go with your gut. But the reality is there was already a flag on the play that she lied to you from the beginning about this whole situation. So the reality is she's probably going to lie about something else. So you should probably move on, count your losses, and keep it moving. You only had a few months invested. No big deal at the end of the day. What's your thoughts on that, Bruce? You ever been to
for those you all tuning in, y'all know damn well I normally do not give fellas the benefit of the doubt. But in this case, all I can go off of is what was just told to me. Okay. Okay, mom? So this is all I can say. Okay. First off is this. Don't ask, don't tell.
Don't
Now
ask, don't tell.
if he didn't ask her, am I the only one you're seeing? Then she ain't got to say.
Right.
And I normally will not take the side of a woman. Everybody who knows me knows that. Now, another thing I want to say is he wanted to surprise her. So I will say this, especially for women who are 40 plus, showing up to a woman's house unannounced who's 40 plus is a way to get your ass kicked. That's a way for her to say, you know what, that's true, mature. Now, it is a surprise. It is a special day. So I can understand the man's point of view. And a lot of women do like surprises. But there's normally a hint. I mean, I hear you say this, Sam, if he told you this or not, but normally if a man's gonna go give a woman a surprise, there has to be like a little text, a little conversation, a little hint before you do that. Like, what time are you gonna be home? I might be in your area. Would it be safe to stop by? Or something like that that's gonna give her an idea that you may or may not stop by, or something. But without the clue, the hint from her confirming that it's okay for you to stop by, that's a sign of it's not smart all the time. But anyways, so don't ask, don't tell, and going there unannounced is only 2 strikes. But anyways, I would say for him, man, she's doing the same thing that fellas do. It's a numbers game. I'm not sure how old she is. If she's still in her 20s, if she's not even close to 40 yet, I'm not sure where she is. But women go through the numbers game too. I mean, some women done be heartbroken. They ain't trying to be committed no more because they done been through some hell. So if she's going through the numbers game and wants that open relationship, I mean, just confront her about it and just see what she says. If she says she wants it, then hey, you gotta. If I was him, I'd find me some backup. I mean, because a lot of times, Franklin, I mean, a lot of men have made it where they want this. It's like they order they almost go to like a buffet. They go to like a restaurant and they have the main meat, which is the chicken, the fish, the steak, whatever, and they have a bunch of side orders. You know what I mean? And sometimes the fellas got one woman they're committed to, who's the meat, and they got like 2 or 3 side orders who are like the side chicks. It just so happens, he's it's hard. He might not be the main meat. He might be the side veggies. There might be some mac and cheese on the side.
Right.
And she likes some mac and cheese, but she don't like a whole plate of mac and cheese. So she got some other chicken, some other steak on the side that she's trying to, possibly marry or be with for life. I don't know the whole situation, but it's one now. I mean, there's a lot of women who have felt like he does before too. It's like, all right, I'm the side, never say anything. Well, hey, you never asked, but at the same time, this is a move for him where I feel his maturity level is gonna kick in. Whether he's not mature enough is gonna be whether he's mature enough is gonna be based on how he handles it, how he deals with it. A lot of times, in cases like that, you probably being tested in a way, but it shouldn't affect you, bro. It really shouldn't. I mean, being a grown man. Now, how old is he, Sam?
Who's that? That dude? No, he was young. He was in college, so he was like 20, 21.
This is in his 20s. Okay, this is definitely a learning curve for him then.
Because definitely.
In college, you're still not quite the full adult just yet. Sometimes you're still in your teens. Sometimes you're in your low 20s. That's not the full adult yet. So he still got some. I would take it, dude. Don't take it as a loss. Anything you feel is a loss, don't take it as that. Take it as a learning curve. Take it as, a way you're going to grow, develop, mature into whoever you need to be in the near future of a future wifey. And if you think she's it, then, keep praying on it, keep pushing on it, and just learn. It's all about the respect and the communication y'all can have while y'all there. I mean, I only went to college for 4 years, but I went through enough. I went through the Hitch Junior scene when I went to college. Mm-hmm. And matter of fact, I ain't gonna name her, but the young lady who put me through it actually was on one of our shows one time. Let me just leave it at that. I ain't gonna call no names, Sam.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
All right. Because it's I can go on forever. Y'all know that.
Now, what's the next topic at hand here?
Next topic was just yesterday, and that is if a man and a woman have gotten each other valued Valentine's gifts for the longest. Let's just say minimum 5 years. They've gotten each other Valentine's gifts, and all of a sudden, yesterday, the brother doesn't get his woman anything. But she gets him a little something, something, but he don't get her. He ain't lost his job and nothing. He won't feel it for some reason. I don't know. I guess because it was down here in North Carolina. It was raining Valentine's Day, and plus the COVID going on, he can't go out with so many places, so he wasn't feeling it. Ladies, we want to know. Sam, tell us, man, is that a sign of commitment falling, or is that a sign of he ain't feeling her? Help us out.
I mean, it's kind of crazy right now, and because I mean, you said they spent that time together the past 5-6 years, and they've exchanged gifts. Maybe I like to link everything to COVID these days, man. Maybe because they're staying inside together for the last 365 days a year. Maybe maybe they're outside or whatever, but they've been together literally every day. Maybe they decided, hey, we're taking a little break, but maybe they should have discussed that. Now, what could be happening is that, maybe their relationship is not going as well because of COVID. Maybe they're stuck together and they don't know how to deal with that. And so maybe they did not communicate with each other very well and say, well, the guy did not, sorry, because it appears the female got him something, but he did not get her anything. And maybe he thought, I'm here with her all the time, the last year, in his house every day. Why do I have to get something here? But at the same time, he should have at least communicated expectations, because that's a big thing in relationships, right? People, and I mean, I was guilty of that last week, in a certain situation. Let's talk about it, but we assume certain things, but we shouldn't assume anything. If you feel like you have to assume something, you should talk to that person and find out. Ask a question, ask some type of, or hint at a question, right? Tell a story of something going on. If you don't feel like asking that question directly, maybe you feel like it's going to upset the other person. Tell a story that's around that scenario, where you're including that question into the story, and then maybe they just answer it without even you ever having to ask that question. A little technique. We're giving you our hints. We're giving you our little tips and tricks. We need to put out our tips and tricks book so we can make some money off all these tips and tricks we be giving out.
Dude, man, and you know what? I'm not. We ain't even charging y'all for some of this advice we're giving, even though it has worked in the past. Because during this COVID-19 shutdown, there have been a lot of couples who are just there for each other when they wake up, there for each other when they go to work, because one's working upstairs, the other one's working downstairs. They take break together, get some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or whatever, leftovers, whatever they're eating, and they're right there to face with each other. And it's like neither one is really getting that me time, especially if they have kids together. It's like you're seeing each other 24/7, and all these spontaneous, exciting things you would do for your mate or for your partner. I mean, you're doing them almost. You got 365 days where you're seeing each other back to back. It's like you run out of ideas. But right. I mean, normally, if it's the main thing is, like I said, listening. Outside of respect, it's listening to what you be hearing your partner say for these 365 days you've been with him or her. Now, fellas, if you didn't get your girl anything, there's some that's somewhat acceptable. If she didn't tell you she wanted anything, if she told you don't worry about it, I mean, I probably, just for the sake of it, because I don't celebrate, again, holidays no more, but if my woman says she wanted something or she likes something, I might give her something a little bit smaller. But if we've been comparing, like, let's say she, let's say, she got you a pair of Jordans and you got her a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. I mean, I don't know the value of each, but let's just say, something like that. But if she got you something like, she got a new TV or something. She got you a new TV to put in your man cave, and you ain't give her nothing. This is the only way I could see it being okay, Sam. Check it out. You ain't got to give her nothing on Valentine's Day, but that's some big making up you got to do. Probably not the same month, but some big making up you got to do. If she got you a big screen TV, I would say at least get her, I mean, whatever matters to her. She may not like material things or something, but that's some huge making up you got to do. And you can't expect her not to get upset or disappointed at that either.
Well, see, that goes into my next question right here. So we had another, well, it's not a question. Somebody, another guy sent us some information and sent us a question really a
Hmm.
story more than a question, but I figured out what the question was at the end. So essentially,
Okay.
he's in a relationship. I think he's 23. The chick is
Okay.
21, kind of younger, and they they haven't been dating long. I think they said about about 4 or 5 months. So
All
not
right.
long, pretty new. Um, but his girlfriend essentially went all out for Valentine's Day. She bought him like a
All out.
shirt. I think she bought him a pair of sneakers.
Hmm.
I think he said a new hat, and then took. They went out for lunch and dinner, and she paid. She refused. Here's the key word: she refused to let him pay for either one. And
Okay.
and then he said, so essentially he said all he got her was some flowers and a card that he had written, a handwritten card. And so he said that he was kind of feeling guilty or
Hmm.
feeling bad that he only got flowers and a card and she did all this other stuff. So his question, essentially, I assumed his question was, should I feel bad or feel guilty because she did all this stuff for me and he did something maybe he views as small in comparison to what she did. So I'll tell you what I think, but I want you to go ahead first. What do you think about that? Should he feel that way, or how should he feel about that?
I'm not gonna say guilty is the word. There's something there you should feel in a way. What's the word I'm thinking of? Not guilty, but I'll come back to it. In that case, well, a woman refuses to let a man do what he normally is supposed to do. I mean, that's tradition for a man to normally pay. But to me, when you're a couple, when you've already got past the dating scene, you're
Right.
committed. To me, whoever asked, to go out is normally the one who pays. Now, if the woman is showing the man signs that she wants to go out, but he ain't trying to hear him, that's a sign, that's his fault. But in this case, but if you're committed, I mean, I know that there was that video saying way back when where the man says, "Hey, my woman ain't never paid for nothing, man. I pay all the bills, I pay this, she ain't never paid a dime." I mean, that's he's old school for one thing. He don't live in the new millennium.
Right.
And this new millennium, I tell people all the time, you cannot be living by old traditional time's sake and then trying to adopt the new millennium way of life. It's not going to work. You're going to collide in many ways. So for me, whoever's inviting out is the one who pays. So if she didn't want to let him pay, bruh, you might want to open up your third eye because she's trying to tell you something indirectly. She's giving you a decoded message. That's what I'm getting from it. If a woman is doing stuff that normally ain't the case, she's normally trying to give you a decoded message, as in propose, as in start a family, as in, love me more. She's trying to give you some kind of decoded message. I don't know the man's whole story, but that's what I'm getting from what you just told me, Sam, is dude, open up your third eye and don't look back.
Yeah,
Because
I look at it as I don't think he should feel guilty. I think
mm-hmm.
maybe inside maybe he thought he was going to do more. Maybe in the back of his head he thought he should have done more. But
Absent. That's what I was thinking about.
yeah, but the thing to me is to each his own, right? On Valentine's
Mm-hmm.
Day. You know
Mm-hmm.
the person you're with, you know what kind of things they expect. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
kind of things if you guys celebrate that day or not. I mean, after all, it's a made up holiday for people, these greeting card companies and flowers and companies and all these other people to make money off this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that day means something to the individual. And if you're in a relationship, you got to
Yep.
understand what that holiday, it may mean nothing to you, but it may mean something to the person you're with. Um, so I
Yep.
think maybe he misread her, but he made it. This is their first Valentine, so maybe they did not have this conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe this day does mean a lot to her, and it sounds to me, we're going to throw some knowledge out here. It sounds to me that her love language is the giving gifts or giving, gift giving or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she enjoys, seeing other people, or in this case, seeing her man happy, giving things to him. His love language is not giving gifts. Maybe it's something else. I don't know enough about the situation or about him to know what it
Yeah.
is. But I don't think he should feel guilty, but I
No.
think what he should do is do something for her in the next 7 days. Take her out for dinner. Take her, do something for her a little bit more than what he did on Valentine's Day, just as a normal gesture. And also, they need to have a conversation about expectations around that day and what that day means to her, what that day means to him. So, because maybe she grew up in a household where her parents did a lot around Valentine's Day, so maybe she doesn't. It's crazy how many things we do as adults that we saw our parents or friends or relatives or whoever, mentors, heroes, whatever, do, and we do it unconsciously. You know what I'm saying? You don't even think about it, but you do it. That's why when you get older, people are like, "Oh man, I'm behaving the same way my mom did or my dad did or whatever." And it's not that you
Yep.
plan to do that; it's because growing up, you were seeing these things happen every day or every year, and you begin to form those same behavior patterns and habits, unless you choose a different path or do something different or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
interesting,
and like I told the guy, you can probably, I wouldn't say feel guilty. I would just say feel some absence in your and the way and wherever you're at in life now. But don't forget, you can always fulfill that absence with what Sam said earlier, making it up to her, down the line. If she's giving you,
I wouldn't even call it making up. It's just doing something at a different day.
yeah, well, I mean, it's a if she gave you, say, what's something you can compare it to? Let's say she gave you like a I don't know, like a prom night gift that was just that value. You know what I mean? As far as a ride, as far as I ain't go dancing all that mess, but she gave you, she helped you pick out everything to make you look as good as you did that particular day. You know, and if there's no way you can
True.
make it up to, yeah, if there's no way I mean, a prom back in the high school days was just something you did to stand out and shine. But if she did all that to you and you haven't got her anything, my thing is look at the value of what she got you, dude, and try to return. I wouldn't say return the favor, but try to give back to her from the heart. As long as you give back from the heart, dude, you should be all right. Because if anything, women can sense when something's from the heart. If you just do it because you're trying to get even, or you trying to do it because you don't want to, feel like less of a man, she's gonna be able to sense that and be like, no. But as soon as you get back from the heart, trust me, she'll be able to tell. So don't give back in any form of fashion unless it's from the heart. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a new pair of shoes, take her to the beach, take her out and do anything, but you know who your woman is. So find what matters to her and put your all into it, but don't put anything into it unless it's from the heart, dude. That's just
Yeah,
my
man.
opinion.
It's a lot around this day, man, and people, especially, I would say more women put emphasis
Hmm.
on Valentine's Day than guys, but some
Oh yeah.
guys enjoy. That's the one rare thing that I think that women take for granted is that guys don't care about days like this or whatever. And I think you
Hmm.
have to know the person you're with. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Some guys don't, some females don't, but I think more women enjoy uh, what's the right word?
The moment
The
of the
moments
day.
around Valentine's Day.
There
Because
you
I was
go.
just I was just I was just hearing from another person as we're literally talking, and this young lady, her boyfriend, I think they're in their mid 20s,
20s. Okay, got
uh,
some growing to do. All
or
right.
mid to late 20s. Sorry, one of them's in their mid 20, 25, another one's closer to 30, like 28, 29. And they've been together for like 3 or 4 years. And the female suggested that they do something nice for each other for Valentine's Day. So she said she went out and she said he loves to eat like certain food or whatever. So she said she spent 3 hours cooking this meal for him, homemade, blah, blah, blah. And this dude strolls in with a card with two lines on it. And she spent three
Uh,
three hours making this, amazing meal for this guy. And he rolls in like that, and she said she was just pissed. And
oh, pissed.
then he came back and said, "Oh, I have some more. I'm gonna do it at a later day. It's a surprise. Blah blah blah." She's just like, he's full of it. He's lying. He's not gonna do nothing. He didn't take it seriously even after we talked about it. So he doesn't care about me. So what do you what are your thoughts on a situation like
You know
that where
what? You know
they
what?
agreed they
A,
were going to do
a,
something nice and then he doesn't do anything?
a lot of women. I'm gonna tell you what some of y'all worst habits are. Now y'all can take this any way y'all want. Some of y'all worst habits are assuming he's lying. That's why I say, men, we don't get too emotional. We don't let emotions think for us like that. That's why we did,
Some
HMICs of
do.
the household.
Some do.
So some men do. However, my point is, too many women let their emotions think for them, and that was assuming. And y'all, a lot of you all need to learn how to ask questions to the point where your man, either he gonna lie or he got to show you something.
But in this situation, they agreed. They said that they were
Mm-hmm.
going to do something nice. They said they were going to do something special, quote, special for each other
Mm-hmm.
during the holidays.
I mean, you know
Or
what? When you
Valentine's Day.
say that, okay, that about because see a card and it only had two lines on it. Okay, the card is nothing. I'm not sure how special that is, how that's special to him. But ladies, you might want to like ask questions like, "Is this it?" or "What else comes with it?" or it's something like that. And if he says no, that's all he got, and that's something special. Because I've done something like that before too. But we didn't agree. We agreed that my card had a daggum well, here in North Carolina we got Conkeys here, so my card had $100 gift card of Conkeys on it. I said, "You trying to go now or tomorrow?" And she said, "Hey, let's go now." Like, all right, cool. So I've done that before, but again, the gift card, what she got me wasn't worth $100, but it was still a good gift. Matter of fact, I still got the gift. So it's like, knowing your partner. But if you guys agree to do something special for each other, and he didn't come up on his special end, he might be special. Flag, flag. But if you didn't catch that, hey, it's not a sign to just break up because one, he may have lied to you, and two, he didn't live up to it. Hey, times are tough now, and I don't know the situation, but um, I would say talk it over with the man, give each other another chance. But whatever he gives to you, just because you did something that was worth $100 to him, he gets you something that's only worth 60 or 80. It's not somebody. It doesn't have to be about the dollar amount. It got to be something about the value, the value of whatever he's giving back to you. That's what it should be about. Hey, if that didn't matter to you, or if it does matter to you, you better let him know.
Yeah,
Don't
very,
ask, don't
that's very
tell.
true.
Don't ask, don't tell. That applies to just about everything out here.
Yeah, very true. A lot of people, I mean, you always see it, man. I'm telling you, a lot of
Oh yeah.
you'll see a lot of breakups over the next few days to a week because of lack of communication and setting expectations. If your expectation, if my wife's expectation is for me to, go all out and do all these things on this day, and then I come in with nothing, she's going to be disappointed. But if the expectations are low or just normal, that something may happen, something normal may happen or whatever, a meal, whatever, um, then if you go above and beyond that, their mind is blown or they're extremely happy. But those are things you have to discuss. And I feel like a lot of these situations is interesting because for some reason this Valentine's Day, and I'm telling you, it all goes back to COVID, man. Like I feel like we're seeing it with people that are just been dating new. So that's like you said, learning experience. That's pretty common. People are
Yep.
just starting out in a relationship and they haven't committed. This is their first Valentine, so maybe they got their wires crossed. But for people that have been married for 10, 15, 20 years, for them to be disappointing the other person, it just makes me wonder. I would love to do a poll and ask people, just to find out a little bit more information of why is this miscommunication happening? And is it because women are still expecting something big out of this day, even though, let's say, maybe something great happened a few days ago? You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting seeing it across all relationship spectrums.
That's why I say holidays, man. I let them go because some holidays I just feel they're too overrated. It's like, why wait for this one day? I know a woman who doesn't even like flowers. I'm like, hey, you don't like flowers, but she still likes to celebrate the holiday of Valentine's. I'm like, all right, well, what else does she like? And before I know it, she's trying to lose weight, so she don't want no chocolate. She and she knows her her guy's not a cook, so it won't be no big long meal. So like, all right, but that doesn't mean. But she still likes the holidays, so it's like, all right then. Well, what does she like? It's like, I mean, there's one time, one of my exes, I knew she didn't. I told her I don't celebrate holidays. I don't celebrate any holiday there is. So, but she says, well, some holidays do mean something to me, and I messed around and got crafty. I kind of got slick, I guess you can say. And all I did was Saturday before Valentine's. What I did was I'm not celebrating Valentine's because I don't. It's the first Sunday or the second Sunday of the month. What is it? Second Sunday of the month? The third. I don't know what day it is. 14th anyway. But what I did was I got her a. I had a friend who does massages, and I had my friend come over the Saturday before Valentine's and give her a full body massage, and I just stepped out. It wasn't on Valentine's Day. It was like, but she told me she likes to celebrate it, so that's what I gave her the day before. So I mean, I really wasn't celebrating it, but it was still a day before Valentine's, and it was a Saturday before Valentine's because the massage therapist I had was off work. So that's what I did. If you're like me, you don't celebrate the holidays, but your partner does, is give something around it. Or if she's gonna do something for you fellas and you don't feel you can do anything for her, you ain't always gotta, just because she gets you clothes, don't mean you gotta get her clothes or a purse. But try to match the value of what it means. If Jordans mean a lot to you, try to find out what means something to her that's of equal value. I don't know, maybe it's TV, a new bedroom set. I don't know anything. That's my thing, though.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, man. A lot of people take it, everything to heart. When it
Too
comes
personal.
To one day, I mean, you shouldn't let this one day upset the balance of your relationship. If if you see your relationship as something worth having, if it's not worth it, then do whatever you want to do.
There you go.
Hilarious to me.
But all right, man, that about sums it up right there. Because it's, I mean, we ain't gonna give you all this knowledge for nothing, but at the same time, we ain't charging y'all for it. And hopefully, it helps out with all these, all this drama y'all guys got going on. But hey, relationships, man. I mean, life is about being happy, and sometimes, ladies, I'll tell you, just because I'm gonna say this in closing before we get out, is just because your man you're trying to talk to may have the same last name, the same first name as your ex, may be in the same age bracket area, does not mean you need to carry your baggage of bullshit around him like he's guilty until proven innocent. Okay. Because that's something else. And fellas, some of y'all do it too, I know, but fellas, you don't need as much work as the ladies do. But carrying a baggage of bullshit into the next relationship is, especially when it's negativity, is not something that's even healthy for either one of you all.
Damn, you say you walk around, ladies, spewing bullshit.
And a lot. I mean, men do the same, but we don't do it as much because we understand our emotions don't get as attached as much or as fast as the ladies do, and we understand it's a numbers game. We understand we got to go through numbers. We'll get hit on. We'll get we'll get walked over. We'll get taken advantage of. We'll get lied to. We'll get cheated on. And we as men, we're just told shake it off. Be a grown ass man and shake it off. That's what we're told. So that's what we're used to doing. So we don't go in, like with a baggage of bullshit that weighs as much or is as much as the ladies do.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying.
I definitely hear you on that. What about on the last note? I know we're about to close out here. I saw that former NFL wide receiver Vincent Jackson, he used to play for the Bucks for like 10, 12 years, or something like that.
8 to 10 years, don't it?
Yeah, I know he was a Pro Bowler at least a few of those years. I remember back in the day when I was playing fantasy football. I know I used to have him sometimes. They said they found him dead in a hotel room. I'm reading it. He was found by a housekeeper. There were no signs of trauma, deputies said. But the medical examiner's office is taking a look at him and checking him out. So they're checking the situation out. So, thoughts and prayers to the family of him and, his former teammates and everybody. I mean, he's our age.
I was about to say, how was he? Was he 38?
Yeah, he's 38, 39. So, sad occurrence. I hope it wasn't any foul play. Who knows? I mean, it could have been
Yeah.
COVID. Who knows what it is? So I guess we just have to stay tuned and see what happened. But they said there were no signs of trauma. So
That's good.
hopefully it wasn't drug use or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll keep it moving. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today. Chaos Conversation every Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. We're still doing this virtual thing, pre-recording, and we go live with you guys sometimes on Facebook during the show. But please tune in every Wednesday, 7 to 8 p.m. 72.9 The Voice. You can download the app, tune in. You can download it for free. You can go to 72.9thevoice.com or 729voice.com, and you can listen and tune in for free. And hey, we appreciate having you guys.
Absolutely. We'll see y'all next time. In the meantime, be safe out here too.
All right. Peace out. Yeah, be safe. Double mask it. It seems like this virus is mutating every month, it seems.
Hey, man. Double. That's going up, man. You hear me?
Triple, as long as you can breathe. There you go.
There you go.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace out.